Mike and Nick and Alice is out on Hulu. New crime sci-fi comedy directed by Ben David Grabinski, starring Vince Vaughn, James Marsden, Eiza Gonzalez, and Keith David. The story is this. A gangster named Mike is planning to leave his criminal organization. He's also secretly sleeping with Alice, who is the wife of his criminal partner, Nick. The night before Mike plans to leave, he is visited by Nick, who explains that he is actually Nick from the future. He accidentally time traveled back from 6 months in the future, and he intends to spend the night saving Mike's life from the gangsters because in his timeline he died. But the problem is, present Nick is still there, and he wants Mike dead because he found out about the ongoing affair. Hijinks ensue. So it's a mildly entertaining movie. Not great, not terrible. I liked some things about it and I was annoyed by others. On the positive side, I like the ridiculous premise and how actually clever the movie is about explaining it, because it doesn't dump all of the knowledge at once. It sort of slowly, gradually reveals more and more of what's going on, allowing the audience to very easily keep up with the plot. I liked James Marsden and Eiza Gonzalez, who are both very charismatic. I liked some of the humor in this. There were a couple of jokes that worked well. On the other hand, sadly, the majority of the jokes didn't land. I especially hated the running gag of a character not knowing the meaning of a word or knowing it in the wrong context, which is the kind of joke that can be super funny if it's done in a kind of offhand, nonchalant way, happening almost in the background. But in here, it keeps drawing attention to itself, and the joke is then repeated numerous times, which quickly exhausts it. I thought Vince Vaughn was sleepwalking through this film. He is remarkably flat and disinterested, always just standing straight with a bored face, delivering his lines kind of flatly. I don't know what happened there, but he saps the energy out of the scenes. I think the action is very mid, and there's a shootout scene in the middle where two characters essentially empty their magazines at Mike, and yet are somehow unable to hit him with a single bullet from 3 meters away. Also, for some strange reason, the movie keeps using this weird, choppy slow motion effect where an action scene is slowed down but also has frames removed. I don't know. It's choppy. I can't explain it any better. And I have no idea why they did it even once, and I certainly have no idea why it was then repeated multiple times. Serves no purpose, if you ask me. And final point, I have to mention this as a sci-fi enthusiast. The time travel rules in this film are nonsense and self-contradictory because they simultaneously imply that it's the same timeline that is now being rewritten and that it's a completely separate timeline being created. Now, not that it matters, honestly. It's clear that the film doesn't want you to take that aspect of it too seriously. It's just a device to get the story rolling. So I'm not too hung up on this point, but I felt the need to point it out anyway. So yeah, it's a passable film. It's somewhere in the middle between bad and good, mildly entertaining, but definitely not a strong recommendation from me.